Forget complex plots and endless dialogue. If you're here for relentless momentum, inventive fights, and pure practical stunts, these 10 high-octane action movies keep the pedal to the floor from the very first frame.
Someone's been the busiest little beaver.
At number 10, we have Boss Level. This is a time loop action thriller. Frank Grillo stars as Roy Pulver, a retired Special Forces operative who wakes up every day only to be killed in increasingly elaborate and creative ways. Trapped in a repeating cycle, he must figure out who is targeting him and how to break the loop while fighting through waves of highly skilled assassins. Naomi Watts and Mel Gibson co-star. The film leans heavily into inventive kill sequences and escalating combat as Roy gradually learns to use the loop as a weapon rather than a curse. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.8 and is available to stream on Hulu. At number 9, we have The Night Comes For Us. This is an Indonesian action thriller. Joe Taslim stars as Ito, a former enforcer for a powerful crime syndicate who tries to leave that life behind after a particularly violent job. When he chooses to protect a young girl marked for death, he becomes the target of his former allies and an endless wave of killers. The film is known for its extremely graphic, practical fight choreography and long, punishing combat sequences that refuse to cut away from the violence. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.9 and is available to stream on Netflix.
I call it STEM, a computer chip that has the potential to change everything.
At number 8, we have Upgrade. This is a science fiction action thriller. Logan Marshall Green stars as Gray Trace, a mechanic left paralyzed after a brutal attack that also kills his wife. When an advanced AI implant called STEM is offered to restore his mobility, Gray gains superhuman physical abilities and begins hunting the people responsible. The film blends sharp, precise fight choreography with a sleek visual style and a strong central performance that grounds the high-concept premise. It holds an IMDb rating of 7.5 and is available to stream on Netflix.
We got gold!
At number 7, we have Sisu. This is a Finnish action thriller set during World War II. Jorma Tommila stars as a Tommy Korpi, a hardened former soldier who has retreated deep into the wilderness to mine for gold. When a Nazi death squad discovers his gold and tries to take it by force, a Tommy becomes an almost unstoppable force of violence. The film is lean, brutal, and focused almost entirely on inventive, over-the-top action set pieces that grow more extreme as it progresses. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.9 and is available to rent on Prime Video.
Time!
You have reached your final destination.
At number 6, we have Boy Kills World. This is a dystopian action film. Bill Skarsgård stars as Boy, a deaf-mute martial arts expert seeking revenge after his family is murdered by a corrupt ruling family. Guided by an inner voice drawn from a childhood video game, he trains under a mysterious shaman and then unleashes a campaign of highly stylized violence against those responsible. Famke Janssen and Jessica Roth co-star. The film delivers creative, martial arts-heavy combat mixed with dark humor and a distinctive visual tone. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.4 and is available to stream on Hulu.
À chaque fois.
At number 5, we have Lost Bullet. This is a French action thriller. Albin Lenore stars as Lino, a skilled auto mechanic and driver who is framed for the murder of a police detective. Forced on the run, he uses his expertise with cars and improvised tactics to fight back against corrupt officers while trying to clear his name. The film is built around practical stunt driving, intense chases, and grounded hand-to-hand combat that feels physical and immediate. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.4 and is available to stream on Netflix. At number 4, we have Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. This is a war action thriller. Jake Gyllenhaal stars as Sergeant John Kinley, a U.S. Army Special Forces soldier whose interpreter, Ahmed, saves his life after a mission in Afghanistan goes wrong. When the military fails to uphold its promise of safety for Ahmed and his family, Kinley returns to the country on a dangerous personal rescue mission. The film balances intense combat sequences with a strong focus on loyalty, debt, and the human cost of war. It holds an IMDb rating of 7.5 and is available to stream on Hulu.
Right! Don't you move!
At number 3, we have Ambulance. This is an action thriller directed by Michael Bay. Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen star as adoptive brothers who attempt a bank heist that quickly spirals out of control. Forced to hijack an ambulance with a wounded officer and a paramedic inside, they race through Los Angeles while law enforcement closes in from every direction. The film is defined by high-speed chases, constant forward momentum, and Bay's signature visual intensity and chaotic energy. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.1 and is available to stream on Netflix.
Make no mistake about it. You guys need to own the fact that we do not have the flag on our shoulder.
At number 2, we have Triple Frontier. This is an action thriller. Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie Hunnam, Pedro Pascal, and Garrett Hedlund star as a group of former Special Forces operatives who reunite for a high-risk heist targeting a South American drug lord. As the mission unravels under pressure, the team faces both external threats and the moral weight of their decisions. The film combines large-scale action with a focus on the consequences of greed, loyalty, and the difficulty of walking away from a life of violence. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.5 and is available to stream on Netflix. And finally, at number 1, we have Monkey Man. This is an action thriller directed by and starring Dev Patel. Patel plays Kid, a young man who works in an underground fight club while quietly plotting revenge against the corrupt leaders responsible for his mother's death. Drawing inspiration from the legend of Hanuman, he trains and then launches a violent campaign against powerful figures in the underworld and political elite. The film features intense, grounded fight choreography and a strong personal drive at its center that gives the action real weight. It holds an IMDb rating of 6.8 and is available to rent on Prime Video. These films prioritize momentum, physicality, and inventive action over complicated exposition. Whether through time loops, practical car stunts, martial arts brutality, or large-scale combat, each one is built to deliver sustained intensity without slowing down. If you're looking for high-octane action that keeps pushing forward, start with any of these.